Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Roberts. I'm a healer and a coach providing tools for living your most aligned life through intuitive development, aligning your personal energy, aligning your communication and relationships, and aligning your sense of purpose and spiritual growth. I offer one-to-one readings, live group sessions, online courses, and a variety of free resources at erinroberts.co. In today's video, we're exploring what to do when your intuition is wrong, the 3 most common mistakes when using intuition. I had a situation like this happen in my own life recently, and it made me second guess my intuitive abilities and lose a little bit of confidence in following my gut instincts. So I wanted to provide this video as a roadmap to support others when this inevitably happens to you. The process of honing your intuition is a lifelong journey of getting to know yourself and your own individualized intuitive process. And so making mistakes and having setbacks are a natural part of that. So let's dive in. I'll start with a personal example of a situation that I was in recently. I was in the process of applying for a job, and I had gotten a first and a second interview, and I was feeling really confident and positive about the process. My intuition, or what I thought was my intuition, felt really strong that yes, this opportunity was for me, and yes, I was going to be offered this job. I felt a calm enthusiasm when I thought about the position. I felt really self-assured, and I had no anxiety during the interview process. So everything seemed like it was really flowing for me. I was really expecting to get a call offering me this job. But then the next week, I got a call telling me that no, I was not going to be offered the job. So naturally, I was disappointed, but I was also confused about my intuition. Why was it that I felt so strongly that I was going to get this offer? Why did my intuition point me to yes when it turned out to be no? So this experience made me feel a little off balance. It made me question my abilities to read my emotions and interpret my intuition. And here's what I've learned from that process and what I want to share with you today. So first of all, let's discuss what intuition is and what it's not. Intuition is that little voice in your head that says, I want to walk down the street this direction today instead of that direction. Intuition is the signs and symbols and synchronicities that you receive here and there, such as seeing angel numbers over and over, or seeing your favorite spiritual symbol, like a butterfly, over and over. Intuition also could be a feeling that you just know something, but you don't know how you know it. For example, if your best friend pops into your mind, and then 5 minutes later she calls you. Or it can be feeling like you can sense what someone else is going to say right before they say it. Intuition is information that is received beyond our 5 basic senses. It's sometimes called our 6th sense. Our bodies are an incredible sensitive antenna that can pick up sound and visuals and smells and give our brain information about it. And we can also pick up energy that's more subtle, that is arising from the environment. Science tells us that there is so much more information flowing around us than what we can pick up with our 5 human senses, such as colors that our eyes can't see, or sound that dogs can hear but humans can't hear. And intuition is like another one of those senses. It's another way that we can receive energy and information from the field. Our brain doesn't know how we know it because we didn't see it or taste it or feel it, so how could it be real? But it is real. It is being received from sources that we just don't know or don't understand. So there's a lot more that we could say about defining intuition, and I have a whole bunch of separate videos that get deeper into that. But for now, this is a good start. So let's get into what intuition is not by discussing the 3 most common mistakes that I see clients make when they're first starting to develop their intuition. And the first mistake is mistaking intuition for prophecy. Prophecy is the ability to know what is coming in the future, and intuition is not that. Intuition is a gut feeling or an inexplicable knowing that happens right now, not in the future. Intuition does not mean that we can see the future or know the outcome of a decision we're going to make. Or in my case, intuition is not the ability to know whether or not I was going to be offered that job. Prophecy is an amazing psychic skill, and it's one worth learning about, but it is not the same as intuition. Intuition happens in the present moment only. Intuition can help you guide aligned decision making by guiding you to what's right for you right now in this very moment. But it is not a skill that you can use to guarantee outcomes for things that are coming in the future. And that's one of the ways that I went wrong with my job situation. I misunderstood the intuitive feelings I was getting right in that moment, that yes, it was aligned for me to apply. And yes, it was aligned for me to interview for that job right now. But that didn't mean that the job was going to be aligned or become a yes later or come to fruition in the future. So I confused intuition for prophecy. So an example of how to use your intuition for your best alignment is to use it for smaller, shorter term decisions in the present moment, such as, should I apply for this job right now? Yes, it feels good. Should I attend this interview that I've been invited to today? Yes, it feels aligned today. And then every one of those smaller decisions will compound and add up into the bigger pathway later. If you follow your intuition every step of the way, it will take you where you need to go in the longer term. So as for mistake number 2, another place where I went wrong in my job search was mistaking my mind or my ego for my intuition. So the ego, otherwise known as the mind, creates all kinds of stories based on what it wants or what it hopes will happen, or what it can predict based on what has historically happened. And this is one of the amazing things that our brain can do for us. It's an incredible computer in this way. However, it is not the same as intuition. In my job search, I really wanted that job and I really hoped they would offer it to me. So during that process, my mind started creeping in and making a story about how great I would be as a candidate and all of the reasons that would support that. And I got emotionally and mentally caught up in that excitement, and I let my intuitive senses get clouded. I had a hard time discerning my thoughts from my energy, or my mind from my intuition, because I was too emotionally invested in the outcome. Intuition operates more like a neutral third party. It does not have an invested interest in who gets that job or what the outcome of a situation might be. Intuition only operates in what is most aligned for you right now. And as for mistake number 3, when intuition is used, but you have a particular outcome or expectation for it, the key to following intuition is being willing to take those aligned steps without getting emotionally attached to any particular outcome of your actions, but just trusting that intuition will always lead you where you need to go, where spirit can best support you. So this mistake is realizing that maybe your intuition wasn't wrong after all. It was right to lead you to a certain opportunity because maybe there was something unexpected there that needed to happen instead. The outcome might not be what you expected or what you even wanted, but your intuition still needed to guide you there so that you could encounter a certain environment or meet a particular person or have an important experience. So in my case, the process of applying for that job felt right, and it felt intuitively aligned because maybe I was supposed to meet a new professional mentor, or maybe I was supposed to spend the time cleaning up my resume for a different opportunity that is yet to come that I don't know about yet. So where I went wrong was expecting that if I followed that intuition in applying for the job, that I would get it. Instead, I should have just followed the steps of the path and trusted that whatever spirit needed to teach me through that process, it will be shown to me, regardless of the outcome of the job. So the bottom line to all these mistakes is really realizing that your intuition cannot be wrong. You can think that it's wrong if you are trying to use it in the wrong ways, which is what I did. If you're trying to use intuition as prophecy, or if you're trying to use your mind and egoic thought as intuitive guidance, or if you are going to try to use intuition but have a very strong need for a certain outcome, all of those will be flawed principles. So in my case, my intuition wasn't wrong. I had just tried to use it in the wrong ways. Intuition will never guide you to a misaligned experience. It's just not possible because energy cannot be wrong. So if you use your intuition just to address what is occurring immediately in the present moment, and you don't confuse it with your thoughts or mental chatter, and you don't expect a certain outcome, you will find that your intuition will always be right. It will always be spot on, and it will always guide you where you need to go. You might not understand how or why you're being guided there right away, but eventually the answer always reveals itself. You will see something days or weeks or months or even years later that will help you connect the dots to why those events unfolded. For example, I might get a different job in the future that I would have never applied for had I gotten this current job instead. And I won't know those reasons right away until those events unfold in their own time. So my job for now is just to trust the process and trust that Spirit always has my back. So if you enjoyed this video today on the 3 most common mistakes when using your intuition, I know you'll love the rest of the content on my channel, which helps individuals live their most aligned, connected, and fulfilled lives through spiritual and wellness tools. So check out my other resources at Aligned with Erin on Instagram or at www.erinroberts.co. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and please leave me a comment below on how you've used your intuition and how you've seen it grow. And I'll see you next time.